As Christians, it's good to know and fundamental to know why we believe Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Where we're going to get that information is going to be the Pentateuch, or the 5 books of Moses, as Jesus Christ is directly cited there, and he's the promise and the fulfillment of God's redemption. The 5 books of Moses are known as the Pentateuch. This would be Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Originally, when you read the 5 books, you're going to find that it centers around the transformation of an enslaved Israelite nation into a holy nation in which God is going to dwell in their midst. You'll find in the very beginning of Genesis, God was already in their midst with Adam and with Eve. Adam and Eve had a fall. And when this fall took place, God had promised to them that he was going to redeem them, and he was going to redeem the whole world, not just the Israelite nation. And so as you start to follow through the Pentateuch, you'll start to see that God is giving these commandments through Moses on how to operate, how to remain holy as a nation unto the Lord God Almighty. But this promise was not given just to their nation, but to all people. If you go to Genesis 3:15, you'll start to see the steps and how God spoke to the woman and said what is going to happen to the serpent, right, through her seed when he comes. And so it's important that we understand that God promised redemption from the very beginning. That the Pentateuch and the books of Moses, right, actually point to Jesus Christ. You'll see that when Saul, who became Paul, who was a Pharisee of Pharisees, when he began to teach, you just read it in the book of Galatians, right, he cites this from the very beginning. So he's going all the way back to Genesis 3:15. If you go to Galatians 3:8 and 3:14, you'll see Paul citing the fact that Jesus is the promised one through the woman. And he's the promised one of Abraham's descendants that is going to save everyone and be the offering. So equip yourself as believers, know what we're talking about. Anytime you go out to preach, evangelize, speak to somebody, there's going to be scoffers, there's going to be mockers, and very often there's going to be people who have studied the Bible or studied the other major religions that are going to have questions. Be prepared, right? We need to know why. Why do we have this faith that Jesus Christ is the Mashiach? He is the Messiah. Why? And so be confident, read the Bible, go through the Pentateuch, go from the very beginning, and you'll see all the way through. Pray to the Lord God Almighty that he open your eyes and give you understanding. But you'll see all the way from Genesis through Malachi. You're going to see the word of the Lord coming unto people and giving them insight on how to operate and how to function in this world to give God glory.